say your ball first leg ni wie ye no. O ka say Paris Saint-Germain be kwa yi Barcelona film.
Yeah.
Your point show me say no share.
Yeah.
O sign e repeat biem.
Yeah.
Say Paris Saint-Germain will beat Barcelona.
Yeah.
No ma you ma film.
Yeah.
Na me kan say then I can say some say the man for be di whatever no. Around table I crowd then come cause but later na me say nyawe. Ni na ka gro no. Ka gro no.
Yeah. It's
Jen no who I was still na.
Yeah.
But I question the but still Paris Saint-Germain be you ma film.
You be come answer.
Okay.
You be come answer. But unim say obi a free baby like if I say which are so obi free she say e ko baby on. Na maybe I know your team no unim say na any ma. Na oni e be compete here. Sandy pan say usuru no.
Okay.
So my point of the conversation from get go they say so far as Luis Enrique Barcelona ni or Spaniard. Now in the conversation of football, what sounds why a big Ramotanda with Barcelona before on Paris Saint-Germain, I was very, very confident that if there is anybody that can turn the tire around her, it is Luis Enrique. And mind you, this was also hinged on the fact that Luis Enrique one of the best tactical brains in the game. And you can ask everywhere. Debbie Amekacho said, not my best option for Chelsea. Time when Chelsea here coach was Luis Enrique. Because brilliant tactical brain, our experience, and he knows how to handle these nights in terms of pressure. In the lead up to the game, Luis Enrique no move but now pre-match press conference. Akache Central for say he is going to qualify. Or can verbatim. Sometimes coach is a little bit careful. Oh, see, Bobo you be qualify. Oh, see, you be qualify. But oh, see, I am confident we will turn the tire around. Luis Enrique before the game. So I can understand Barcelona for Minia Tonamomo or the Barca fans. They were all in disagreement. And when the game started, one thing, not my catcher, not my what happened. Maybe if I was on the show, and can you maybe in the morning, maybe I create my master some agent. That is true. Sometimes it happens. But immediately, we will line up. And a Paris Saint-Germain for the coach game. And I'm saying, I took my phone and I'm call Twitter. And I'm saying, the Paris Saint-Germain win. And don't come to Twitter, Fiifi-Manfred or Twitter. It's there. The Paris Saint-Germain win and qualification is written in the skies. Don't say I didn't say. And then I'm who will line up him. In the first leg, Paris Saint-Germain for the Barca for bueno. Paris Saint-Germain able a 4 back, sometimes 3 back, some people say progressive now. But what they failed to do, they say they didn't have extra weight when they wanted to play. It's the difference in the lineup. They said this time, Warren Zaire Emery, Fiifi-Manfred, Ebeka, Abrante Fabian Ruiz, and Vitinha, Fiifi-Manfred. Then instead of playing Marco Asensio ball in the first leg, or Abrante Bradley Bacola.
That guy Bacola.
And Rich, me say in my analysis, I know that Mbappe will get all the cry. But this boy, Oko Paris Saint-Germain for and Oko Paris Saint-Germain in League One for account of Twitter. So picture I want to be free. I'm not the natural baller.
I ran to the Bobo.
Baller. And for me, that was the difference maker. Over in the first leg, no, or second half, or about the message game, no. And Barca for have a very good argument if they say after the red card the game became difficult for them, which I know correct. In elite level football, Champions League, World Cup, big competitions, no. When you need red card now against a top team, you're in trouble. You are in trouble. A bad thing to turn the tire around. So immediately PSG got that numerical advantage. It made the job difficult for them. But Rich, Nokran also said, once the game was going on, before Barca formation of first goal, who was dominating the game?
Yeah, it was Paris Saint-Germain.
They were dominating the game.
I'm a catcher man for say, look, even before red card never bad.
Yes.
Paris Saint-Germain born in until Barcelona that goal.
And Unim, the same mistake at Paris Saint-Germain here in the first leg defensively, no? And one of us here, Barcelona focus on goal. I'm focusing too much on the attack. And Omuji Exonum, Ebabe Nuno Mendes, any friends and Lamine Yamal. And a 1v1, Obiti Abrante Nuno Mendes sends the ball across. Vitinha got the goal. This is Barcelona for first goal. You don't allow these things to happen. Rafinha will attack the box as a +1 attacker. and almost sure first goal. But from there, Paris Saint-Germain kept on trying. Paris Saint-Germain said, no, Bon, you pushy, we'll get something out of it. Go back and look at the first goal that Paris Saint-Germain shared. It was from Atletico Madrid, Bradley Barcola. Again, this boy, Obi said, okay, it wasn't a red card, it was a red card. About a big decision, it was Bradley Barcola. He made that, so even if Paris Saint-Germain were luckier, Barcola made that decision to make sure he would take on a better friend, Ronald Araujo. Wait, to him.
Was it a red card?
Referee Bima.
Okay.
Referee Bima. And judging by the temperament of this referee, I'm not surprised of mine.
You be down.
No crash.
You won't need pass sebi. You can't be big in
no, my okay. Because Xavi did red card, Now the assistant be them the baby so come on.
Red card.
Now Guru and Ababe complaining. No man yellow card. Referee. It's doing. And you know as though share me as though say now Fifi where you for phone have share China. Omu pay your competition. I could understand. Barcelona police it was going to be a difficult game. It's many time. Generally good tactical display from Luis Enrique.
But Kofi where the Fachem service have been. Mimusa we anope say what Barca fans do na almost say time around any red card now free no but I just be yi abrante card say yama the free and almost feel so abrante the free no and my Barcelona attack no
I don't need threats there anymore
not threat be any
I mean no me adwene na me dey say Bianca Xavi Bema who say Frankie de Jong sometime this season wa bought center back pain. So I thought he will allow Frankie de Jong to go back. But on hindsight, I was thinking, so who allow Frankie de Jong to play center back? Usually open the ball playing abilities. No? But this is a game that you want your center backs to defend. And on the bench, there was no Christensen. There was no Sergio Roberto. And I know a lot of Barcelona fans who questioned the decision making of Xavi in the first leg. Say, the Christensen by, the Sergio Roberto by. And even starting Pedri in this game. That is why for me, I think that generally, Luis Enrique is the key difference maker. It was our game with him. Say or managing game in the first leg, second leg, Onyane, Achraf Hakimi in the game. In the first half, I don't want to go into details. I'm here on my Thursday when we have time. You don't really remove because then two big games for one man. Generally, Paris Saint-Germain on the day were better, and I think that and the best night for Paris Saint-Germain in terms of a Champions League process. And trying to win the Champions League. Yesterday was brilliant for them. Xavi saw the referee. I told the referee that he was a disaster. And tries to be shaking the referee. Kylian Mbappe has done the job against Paris Saint-Germain. And it is only Cristiano Ronaldo and share more goals and games in the Champions League. Karim Mustafa Benzema share 14 goals in 34 away games in the Champions League. Cristiano Ronaldo 23 goals in 39 away goals in the Champions League. Kylian Mbappe 14 goals in 11 away games in our Champions League. Already I said, he will be there and he'll get a job done. Ousmane Dembele and now so a very, very important player. Away at the Signal Iduna, Dortmund are a big one. I think that you be focusing more on Barca because Barca. But the biggest loser in Ra was Atletico Madrid. Rich. Atletico, you didn't come out. You see defensively a solid team, me boy. They say what shall no kita lead, about way to the Signal Iduna, you turn it around. I know that the respect for Dortmund, anyone of them compared to the other clubs. But again, Atletico demanded, in my opinion, they let the game slip away. Even at 2-2, normally dominating game, they couldn't get it done. Your first semi-final, first leg, you have Signal Iduna. Mind you, in Group F, you was a tie. Paris Saint-Germain, I think 3-1, and I'm going away to the Signal Iduna, I'm going draw. So this is a big game that is going to go on in your friend is in the Champions League semi-final, first one. No. And the games are and you don't want to miss this analysis. It stay very, very glued to the tactical board no, because never be order and you will need so the child bet. The first cathedral and a game or tactical board no so or the Allianz Arena. And Rich Unim. Me prepare no. And on Facebook kind me say about 2 years ago. Maybe two one said Thomas Tuchel echo 10 finals BR or 10 semi-final BR or progressive cup final. So, of course, it's a reminder of the impeccable nature of Thomas Tuchel in knockout competition. Arsenal won over the weekend. Elusu against Aston Villa. Rich, said Thomas Tuchel say up one game, or they be prepare for this game against Arsenal. They are Unai Emery Arsenal over the weekend. In the second half, Otito Mopasa. One of the things I mean, who in the first game at the Emirates, they say, whilst Obeka say, oh, Dortmund Bayern had that form issues, no, they make sure say they stayed in the game as long as possible. And of course, Ekake they nearly won that game away at the Emirates. Mikel Arteta in preparation for the game. If we make it happen tomorrow, we'll be in the semi-final. And we will be highly emotional state. It's something that we haven't seen achieve as a club for 15 to 17 years, and that's the opportunity. Big opportunity for Ewufie. Harry Kane and Sweden come about Arsenal and spoke about them. Then Thomas Tuchel. Rich, so much we on. And then every match is made will be won by either of the managers. Thomas Tuchel, Mikel Arteta. What you have in your head as a manager, your experience, what you can do, and they be winning. Again, in seasons HM, in Arsenal ever Allianz Arena, they will be worried about the fans that were Allianz Arena on them. This time, Arsenal will not be scared because they've gone to Anfield and shown their mettle against Liverpool. Omako Etihad a very noisy stadium, but they've still done the job there. Arsenal knows that in very hostile grounds, Karoti will be ball. So the fan base at the Allianz Arena will not be the key difference maker in my opinion. Key difference makers who are going to be in the dugouts in Thomas Tuchel or Mikel Arteta. And this is possibly what we are seeing from Thomas Tuchel. So in the first leg, when Arsenal actually starting lineup now Bayern, the two centre back of De Ligt and Eric Dier, what they sought to do, they say they be incumbent pressing Eric Dier consistently, win the ball off him, and then make sure they transit and create chances from there. Kimmich went back to fullback, and in Fiifi-Manfred, Goretz, Kane, Cornel Lima, Elholm, then up top Zane, Muller, Jamal Musiala, and Harry Kane. Arsenal lineup Ayate Salmodeba for Mikel Arteta. A 4-3-3, this time with control. Into Jorginho Alba back to the middle, Declan Rice, Kai Havertz because Origa possibly out, Tomiyasu Gabriel, William Saliba, Ben White, David Raya, Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, and Saka. Up top, which where would the game be won or lost? Say, oh yeah, Arsenal here. Do you believe say they can go away to the Allianz Arena and turn the game around? Richardo. As a Manchester United fan, no man could win you.
And Arsenal they mean you win this out. Tell them I'm catching.
Yeah.
The Arsenal there.
Is that I did be one mommy who said
it will take a miracle and really.
Yeah.
And every man said to me, I qualify. I don't see them beating Bayern.
I think that tactically, not so far from Bayern in terms of tactics, but experience-wise. And Nema Bayern, and some of these psychological bits of the game, influencing game, Rich, two things quickly, let me free game whistle. Jamal Musiala, maybe another key difference maker. Me who are there against on my first leg. Every time we be an Arsenal for constricting Fiifi-Manfred. Jamal Musiala will start from central areas and end up behind Abrante friend Bukayo Saka, so drop it to come and help the defense. And it was very, very important in a lot of the chance creation. See my friend Bayern. So that is number one. Jamal from central area to this area. Because Harry Kane to take the attention of Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba, then he becomes the outlet. What will now be left is the decision making of Jamal Musiala in the final third, or Harry Kane getting into some space for Bayern to attack will be very important. Now, just one more thing. There is a zone in the 14th zone. Anytime an Arsenal ever against Aston Villa, it was the key area of target for Aston Villa to progress the ball against Arsenal Football Club. In Tisawashe, annotation in the tactical board national. Every time Aston Villa baited Arsenal to defend and press centrally. Send the space into this area and power towards then they will